Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I want to talk to you about all of the new things going on in Call of Duty World War II when it comes to gameplay and mechanics, and talk about a few other things that are going to be returning from other COD games. I did get flown out to the event by Activision, and they put me up in a hotel, so that's my FTC disclosure right there. But let's do all the new things as fast as I can. This is a whole map of TDM, the entire thing, minus when I change classes, so you see me struggle early on, but I'm going to go on an awesome tear later and earn some kill streaks and really embarrass some people. First thing I want to talk about, firing range has returned. We were not allowed to capture firing range, but it is back, just like Advanced Warfare. It's really fun. You just build your class and then go in and test it out. Instead of a virtual range, it loads up like an authentic World War II, like Marine or Infantry training range. And what's cool about this one is that you can do it with your friends. You don't have to be solo in the firing range, and you can actually have competitions to see who can clear the targets faster and stuff like that, a la Modern Warfare Remastered, but multiplayer. Divisions do replace Create a Class, but you can still pick your perks inside the division. Each division has its own set of perks that you can pick, and you don't have to deploy with a single division. You can create classes inside multiple divisions, so you can swap divisions inside the game, so you don't have to worry about that. There's lots of perk customization, lots of levels to the perks, lots of little benefits and everything. You can still choose your own guns regardless of faction. So if you're Axis, you can use Allied guns. If you're Allied, you can use Axis guns. That's not a problem whatsoever. You can pick them up off the ground as well. There's no restrictions. There is some restriction though. If you deploy as, say, the sniper division, it's going to limit you to sniper rifles and maybe like some DMRs and stuff for the most part. Or if the shotgun division, you can't use machine guns, but there are options inside, and of course you can pick stuff up off the ground. My voice is going out. E3 has been crazy here. I'm going to try to pull it back and do this commentary live. And there are buttloads of attachments. We didn't get to see a fraction of them. I did see high caliber, advanced rifling or long barrel, quick draw, extended mag, fast mag. I saw optical attachments. I saw with suppressors, which we'll talk about later. There were some more weapon specific attachments for the sniper rifles, for their optics or the iron sights. There was lots going on. So while Create a Class is different, it's by no means dead. Inside the divisions, the infantry guys can do a short-range bayonet melee attack. Think Battlefield 1, but less buggy. You don't really sprint that much faster, but you can hold it down and try and corner people. It is a one-hit kill if you actually do hit them with the bayonet. That being said, I didn't find it that useful because oftentimes when you try to corner people on Call of Duty, you get blasted in the face. I did get a few bayonet kills, didn't go for them too often, but it's a nice option to have if you're running low on ammo. The SMG guys, or whatever the division that is, can put a silencer on their guns with the D-pad. The silencer immediately noticeably reduces your range and damage. It is a very, very noticeable thing, and I think that class is the one with all the stealth perks for the most part. They're designed to be flanky, fast, annoying, and it works pretty well, but you can take the silencer on and off. Snipers get a much stronger iron lungs, and it's crazy when they do this, but if you're sniping, you hold your breath, it mutes all the noise in the game, and it shrinks your field of view down a little bit. It like blackens out the sides, so all you see is the scope. It kind of allows you to focus. Even if you pick up a sniper rifle elsewhere, you can hold your breath, but you can't do that. And it gives you some different perk for the iron sight sniper rifles, which I honestly didn't use very much because they decided to increase the recoil per shot on those. They're very difficult to use. Machine gun guys they get a bipod, which is their ability, I guess, but it allows them to mount their guns on almost any surface. So just like good old World at War, you can bipod your light machine gun onto almost anything you want. When you bipod it, aim down sights, recoil is basically 0, and the hipfire box is super, super tiny. Shotgunners get, I don't remember what they got. I think it was explosive resistance, like you don't get grenaded as easily. Oh, you get incendiary shells in your shotgun. You can load your shotguns with Dragon Breath shells from Black Ops 2, though I didn't find them that useful. I actually found them a little bit weaker than the normal shells, which is confusing, other than the fact that they looked cool. And speaking of looks, each class has a unique look. Snipers have ghillie suits, machine gun guys are big and heavy. I think it's the submachine gun guys, or girls in that case, they look really skinny and light. It's very easy to see who you're going to encounter, and unless they've scavenged another weapon off the ground, you know what kind of gun they're going to be carrying. Just like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 1, you can see the enemy and you know what they're going to be doing, which is very, very useful. Game mechanic wise, Dolphin Dive has returned, except instead of a Dolphin Dive, I'd probably call it a Dolphin Flop. You don't really dive very far or long. It's more like a quick dive into cover, like they would actually teach you how to do in infantry school. So if you just have to dive down under cover and move like an extra foot, you can do it. I didn't do it a whole lot. Oh, man, I'm tired here. There are a lot of mounted turrets in this game. It's authentic World War II, so the mounted turrets are real. They've been kind of gimmicky in the last couple Call of Duty games and put to the side, but there's a lot of pillboxes, there's a lot of cover, there's a lot of places to do that, not to mention that you can just bipod your machine guns anywhere. Pistols, in general, are kind of weak. They don't kill really hard. Maybe that's a good thing because this game primarily focuses on your primary weapons. They're not lame, they look cool, they sound cool, they're authentic and fun, but they're not super powerful. What is super powerful? Sniper rifles. Oh my god, are they strong in this game. They're so good. Pomage and Noah sniped me so many times, and in the handful of times I did use a sniper rifle, I managed to do very, very well with it. Sniping is definitely going to be back big time, and while some people might say that's annoying, it definitely makes sense in the context of this game because most soldiers would be having bolt-action rifles, and it is, you know, World War II, where there was actually a lot of sniping. The only guns really that were weak in any sense were probably the shotguns. I found the shotguns to be pretty weak sauce, but I know Call of Duty's always kind of scared of having strong shotguns. The machine guns are very strong. Some machine guns are strong. The assault rifles, which would be like the BAR and the M1 Garand, they dump on people pretty hard. When it comes to Scorestreak, they're roughly classic Call of Duty Scorestreaks, but with new skins. They have something that I would liken to a Predator missile. It's the big missile you saw from the trailer. It drops from the ship and you can steer it. There is a plane dive. It's like a little dive bomber that swoops over the map and you can pick your targets. It's kind of like a Hellstorm. The flamethrower is, well, it's like a flamethrower, obviously. It functions more like a death machine or war machine. You have recon plane, counter recon plane, and there were much bigger Scorestreaks that I didn't get to unlock. I was about to get the biggest one in the game before Chaos X Silencer hit me in the back of the head with a damn shovel. Speaking of which, your melee weapons aren't like MWR where you hold to pull them out. You equip them instead of a pistol, and they may actually be beneficial because the range is pretty generous, and I think they one-hit melee in all circumstances. Most of the grenades you'll already be familiar with. We have frag grenade, smoke grenade, gas grenade, sticky grenade, and yes, even the ever so unpopular bouncing Betty. So there are some new things going on, mostly inside the divisions with the very small abilities that you get with each class, but generally speaking, this is not a COD that's going to take a huge adapting to. It's going to feel a lot like classic COD. You're going to be able to hop in and play very, very quickly. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this short video. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.